My name is LaShawn.
We're the Floating Heads. Welcome back to the 3-Minute Marriage Moment. Well, we got a good question for this week.
A question came in from one of our viewers that asked what they should do if them and their spouse are unequally yoked. They have been married for some time, but they are frustrated with the lack of movement spiritually. And should they leave or should they stay?
Well, to that question is a very good question. Now, in the case like this, since you have been married, I don't know if it's been like 1, 5, 10, 15 years, but at this point, just live a righteous and a fruitful life before them, especially if you find them unequally yoked with you. And it could be spiritually or physically compatible, uncompatible. It just depends what the circumstance and what the situation is.
And this type of situation, of course, in best case scenario, should be discovered prior to marriage. But we understand that relationships evolve over time and directions turn, like one spouse begins to follow a path of righteousness and faith and the other spouse is not interested. So in this case, it's good to walk out your biblical role as an intercessor on the behalf of your spouse. The Bible tells us in Corinthians 7 that the unsanctified spouse, the one who does not believe and is not walking a sanctified life, is now sanctified by the one who does. So there's a covering there. From whether it's the wife that's walking the righteous path or if it's the husband, you are sanctifying your spouse. So don't give up. Intercede, stand in a gap, and that's what we do.
And the awesome part about that is it's just like water. No matter where you step into the water, they're going to be covered. But the thing is, you're just going to have to be patient and work with them.
Okay, First Corinthians said love is patient. That is the first ingredient of love is patience.
Yep. And so if you find yourself, and even if you ask, well, what if they go out and party, or what if they go out and do different things? You know what? We're not saying you go out there to go shake your butt, strip down, go to the strip club or anything like that. But what we are saying is maybe there should be times you should go out with them and sit with them. Maybe they like going to the football games on a Sunday. I know that may be religious or sacramental or something like that. Sacrilegious. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Go out, do it sometimes. Just sit with them and stuff, and just, begin to enjoy it, because believe it or not, that can win them over, and that can also cause them to bring them up to a different level. And if your spiritual level is greater than theirs, you know what? Praise God, because you could be the example.
Yes.
And that's what they need, is an example, not a person to be judgmental.
Right. Because generally your spouse does not need you to, quote unquote, teach them. But they are influenced by your behavior. We've been married 24 years now, and there are a lot of behaviors that and characteristics that my husband had and practices that he had that after so many years just made sense to me, and I kind of adopted those as my own, and vice versa. So it's a patience thing.
Very patient. I thank God that my wife had the patience, because Lord knows. But thank you anyway for this marriage moment. We appreciate you very much.
And remember that love believes all things. Love hopes all things. And love is kind. Love never, never, never fails. So don't leave. Don't jet. Don't get yourself evacuated from the marriage. Just stand in the gap and grab a new picture. Ask God to give you a new picture of what His idea for your marriage is supposed to be.
Yep, and just remember, love covers a multitude of sins. If you want to keep in touch with us again, hit us at www.songsofsolomonri.com or
Facebook at Songs of Solomon Relationship Institute.
Be sure to hit like. We love you. Watch our heads float off.
Float off. Ooh. Peace out.
Peace.